Really? This is how y'all feel? 62%? For real? You know what? I ain't gonna even trip, because I know that's y'all new subscribers. My day one boss fam wouldn't have did that to me. I know my day one boss fam. I know they rock with me. It's y'all new subscribers that ain't make no money yet, so it's cool. I'm gonna make y'all rich real quick. I'm gonna make y'all rich, so y'all gonna make some money, so you can care about something other than yourself. Selfish, my boy. Man, it's all good. I'm gonna have an attitude the whole time too. A lot of people ask me, hey, what is your sales secret? What did you do for sales in the beginning? I go, will that work for me? Is it profitable? Does that really work? The truth is, for you, I don't know. I'm incredibly charismatic and handsome, so it works for me. What's up, boss fam? It's your boy DJ the Boss, and I am back with another video. Really appreciate you guys being here. Today we're going to talk about sales for your cleaning business. I'm noticing that that's probably one of the biggest things that people are having problems with, is really just, how do I get clients in the door? How do I get people to sign on the dotted lines? And the answer is sales. Sales is the lifeblood of any business, so it's really important. And I'm noticing that it's a common concern of most people. Even if that's not the direct question that people ask, I'm realizing that there just seems to be a fear of sales, or a lack of knowledge in sales. And so that's what I want to talk about today, because I'm always trying to provide as much value as I can on this channel. And so I've been running out of ways and running out of things to talk about, because I've talked about so much over the years, but I don't think I've specifically harped on sales and giving you guys more of a, not necessarily a step-by-step, but a good way to go about approaching your sales for your cleaning business. So we're gonna get real tactical. So I need you guys to like this video. It's gonna be really valuable. Like this video. I wanna get this video to 200, maybe 250 likes. I know it's a big goal for this channel, but I think we can do it. And for the value that I'm giving in this one, I think is worth it. So if you don't see that number next to the like button at 250, then go ahead and tap that for your boy, so we can reach more people and the YouTube algorithm gods favor us. Also, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. A lot of you guys, I'm looking at the data right now, it looks like 70% of you guys aren't subscribed to the channel but watch every video. Go ahead, subscribe to the channel. It may not change a whole lot for you, but for me, it really helps. You'll be able to stay up to date on what's new with the channel and see videos as they come out and get notified and things like that if you choose to hit the bell. So subscribe to the channel. Best thing you can be doing for your business is to be on a continuous learning journey anyway. That means subscribing to channels like this. Sales today. Let's get some sales for your cleaning business.
Look, this for all my boss days. Go do your boss days. Loving how you boss, babe. This for all my dreamers and my doers and all the entrepreneurs. Just believe in what you're doing and pursuing them. This for all my boss, babe. Go do your boss, babe.
So I am noticing through, my comments and my consultations, as people are asking these different types of questions, and I feel like I started to give the same exact answer to a lot of people. It wasn't clear to me until I started thinking about the things that most people fear. And one of the most common fears is public speaking. So I can understand the fear of putting yourself out there and doing sales and talking to people, but this is business. You're not gonna get around it. You have to sell. Sales is the lifeblood of any business. There's literally no way to not do it, especially in the beginning, especially when you're just starting out. The main thing that you're gonna be doing is selling. And the one thing that you have over a large business is that you can participate in sales activities that aren't necessarily scalable. And that means one-to-one sales. If you're not doing anything, then there's no reason why you can't be selling. A lot of people, look down on cold calling, look down on cold emailing, look down on cold outreach in general, but you just don't realize that even the biggest of businesses still do some type of cold outreach, whether that's cold calling, emails, or door-to-door mailing campaigns and things like that. All the big companies still do all this stuff. And so I want to break this sales thing down and give you a way to approach it. And I'm going to do that in 4 sections. So first section is going to be target. I always say this, if you want to be targeting a specific niche, not overall, it's totally fine if you don't care what type of building you're cleaning, but in terms of your marketing and your sales, you're going to want to pick one to talk to at a time. And that's going to really help you stand out from other cleaners, because you'll seem you're more of an expert in your clients' problems. And you will become one over time. You'll know their problems and how your solution can benefit them. And those are the things that you want to talk about with those clients. If you're talking about a bunch of benefits that dentist's office get from cleaning, that may not attract a bunch of other businesses other than dentists, but dentists for sure are going to be more apt to do business with you. Targeting is extremely huge. It doesn't mean that that's all you get to serve. It just means that you're aiming at something. You're trying to get a specific thing. If you aim at nothing, you will hit it every single time, I promise you. If you pick a target, then at least you know what direction to go in, and you can actually tie some benefits to their business specifically, and those are things that they care about. You always want to be thinking about what's in it for them. So targeting is the number one thing that I want you to first start off. Pick a target, pick someone to serve. That doesn't necessarily have to be a business type. It could be a business of a certain size, or a business in a certain industry, or a business in a certain location. But as long as you can tie them all together so that it makes it easy to target them, and that's something that they care about, you have a way to address that niche specifically to where they know that they fit in. And when you say, hey, such and such, that they know that you're talking to them. So targeting is extremely important. So first, you're targeting. That's just picking. Targeting is as simple as just picking someone to serve, a size, a type, what have you. So we got targeting. The next thing is going to be prospecting. I know you've probably heard of prospecting before, but you're really just making a list of the people in that target. So if you've decided that you're going to go with dentists, I really hate that everyone in the cleaning business always use dentists as a place to clean, when I really don't like them, but whatever. Dentists, if we're going to target dentists, now we're going to start prospecting. We're going to start going through the dentist offices that fit our description of the ideal dentist office that we want to serve, and we're going to make a list of those offices. We're going to make a list of how to contact them. We're going to make a list of the emails that we can find. We're going to make a list of what they do, where they are. If they're in our area, you're going to write them down on a list, and that's prospecting. Getting as much people to sell to as possible. And now that's extremely important. That's not something that you necessarily have to do yourself. You can outsource that. If you don't have the money to outsource it, then of course it's something that you have to do. So it's worth the time. Just do it. Remember that you're probably only even going to close a small percentage of a list that you build. So you can build a list, or you can buy a list. That you can buy email lists, you can buy a list of phone numbers for businesses in your area. Those are all things that you can purchase. But at the same time, those are all things that you can get for free just by Googling and going through all the pages on Google after you search for your particular niche that you're targeting. Build out that list, make it long as possible. Actually put some effort into deciding who it is that you want to target, and put those people on the list that are likely to do business with you, or at least that you think you can express the value of your business to them, the benefits of your service. Yeah, it's really that simple. Do that for each type of niche that you want to service. Then you're going to go through and you're going to do some outreach. Outreach is going to be the third concept, the third part of this approach. So we have targeting, prospecting. Now we're going to do outreach. That's you're contacting them, you're reaching out to them. This is your initial contact with the potential client. So however you decide to do that, whether it's you go to their office with the things that you've learned about their business, so you're ready to talk about them, or whether you call them with that same information and you cold call them and try to get past the gatekeeper and get to the right person, so that you can schedule a walkthrough and talk about the benefits of your business for them. It doesn't even have to be over the phone or over email. You can use social media. If you know of these companies that are on your list, you can reach out to them through social media. You can DM them on Facebook, DM them on Instagram. All those things are fair game. It's one-to-one. It's not something that you can super automate right out the gate, but there's no reason to automate this. This is something that you're trying to still figure out if it works or not. When you're doing these initial introductions, or reaching out, this outreach, this contacting for the first time, you're not trying to close the deal right then and there. This is still part of kind of prospecting. You're qualifying your customers. This is just your initial outreach, where you're seeing who is an actual fit from what you thought would be a good fit, and deciding if they're either in the market, or if they will be in the market later. That's all you're doing. You're just trying to make a basic introduction. Let them know that you exist, and see if maybe you can come in and introduce yourself. Just look at the property if they are in the market, and see if maybe you can give them pricing. That's it. It's low pressure. A lot of people put a lot of pressure on the initial outreach, like they have to close right then and there. A lot of people have to hear from you multiple times before they ever decide to actually do business with you. So don't put so much pressure on it. You're just trying to make an introduction, and if they don't want to right now, then cool, move on. It's a numbers game anyway. The more outreach you do, the more likely you are to get a yes. The more no's you get, the more likely you are to get a yes. So do it. Try to get 100 no's a day. Try to get 200 no's a day. Out of those no's, some of them will be yeses, and you'll have an opportunity to present your business to them. And some of those will close depending on how good you are. A lot of people ask me, hey, what is your sales secret? What did you do for sales in the beginning? Like I door knocked and I cold called. And they're like, oh, will that work for me? Is it profitable? Does that really work? And
The truth is, for you, I don't know. I don't know. I'm incredibly charismatic and handsome, so it works for me. I don't know if you're incredibly charismatic or handsome, and if it's gonna work for you. But I've been doing sales for a long time, so I know when I get in in someone's face that I can close that deal. I can make them feel comfortable. I can make them believe that I can provide the things that they need and the things that are gonna be important to them. That's how I've made it. I've leaned on my sales skills. I didn't have skills in the other areas until I developed them, like social media marketing and things like that. Like I developed those skills. I wasn't good at YouTube when I first started. I had to develop those skills. Now I can make money with those skills. I knew it would take time. I put in the time and the work to develop those skills, and I got better, and now I can make money with those skills. It's something that I'll know forever. It's the same with sales. If it's not working right now, it's just because you suck. And it's okay that you suck. That's totally fine. Just keep doing it and you'll suck less over time. You'll get better and better at sales. And sales, being the lifeblood of any business, is definitely worth the hardship it takes to get good at it. It's definitely worth all the no's that you get until you're able to increase the percentage of yeses that you get. So it's highly worth it. Definitely take sales serious, and not just at a surface level. Do some studying. Like, you got to study how to sell, study what closing is, study what a conditional close is, what the puppy dog close is. Find out about these things. Do some deep research. Get deep into it. I always say this: it's just work. It's not just the doing of it. It's learning how to do it well, and that's the work. That's the work as a CEO. And like I always say, if you run from the work, you might as well hide from the money. So we did targeting, we did prospecting, we did outreach. After outreach, we should be getting walkthroughs, we should be getting appointments, we should be making introductions. And now the last step, which is not the last step, so step number 4 is going to be follow-up. Everyone forgets the follow-up part of sales. Follow-up is probably the most important part of sales, the entire sales process. You're not gonna get a yes on the very first attempt. It could be a wait, or not right now, or I need to talk to this person, but it's your responsibility to follow up with them and make sure that they don't forget about you. That's how most deals slip through the cracks, to be honest. A lot of those places that reached out to you and you just kind of stopped communicating because no one said anything or no one wants to negotiate back and forth, but you have to follow up and see what they're thinking. I know you feel like, oh, I don't want to bug them. How long should I wait? It really doesn't matter as long as you're following up, and you don't wait too long. Don't let them forget about you. You're following up after that initial contact. If they say, oh, I'm not interested right now, you find out when they would be interested, and they say, oh, reach back out to us in 6 months. Cool. Put it on your calendar for 6 months, and you actually call them in 6 months and say, hey, when I talked to you last, you said you might be interested in 6 months, or you might be something you'd be looking into in 6 months, and then reach out to them in 6 months. Plan to do thousands of these, so by the time you get through a full list, and those times come up and you're still doing it, your schedule is full of people to call back. That grows and grows and grows and stays in your business, and you always have people to sell to. But that's sales. It shouldn't be extremely intimidating. I don't want you to be intimidated, because all of the parts individually are very, very simple. It's targeting, you're not talking to anybody. Prospecting, you're just gathering information. Outreach, you're just reaching out, trying to make an introduction and trying to, see if you can give them pricing. You're just trying to see if you can meet, just trying to introduce your company or let them know what you do. You're not even trying to close a deal right now. That doesn't even come until you're in the follow-up stage where you're following up with these people, and you just continue to follow up, trying to move the process along. So you follow up and you follow up until the deal is done. And then step 5 is follow up after the deal is done. Once they've signed on the dotted line, the sales job isn't over. You have to follow up and make sure that they're happy. Follow up, make sure things aren't going wrong. Follow up. That's steps 5, 6, 7, and 8. Follow up, follow up, follow up. But sales isn't extremely difficult. I know it can be a little bit intimidating, but you just got to do it. You just got to do it, and it can be done for free or outsourced. But either way, it has to exist in your business. There has to be some form of sales. So don't be afraid of it. A lot of people are just scared of it. You're not doing the work. It's the work that you have to do. Bonus, I've talked about this in another video about making, how to generate leads for yourself. If you're not the person who wants to do the calling, or even make the list, those are really small tasks that, it's free for you to do. It's just boring and tedious. You can outsource. You can hire someone to do that for you. Getting somebody to actually make those calls might be a little bit more expensive, but it can still be outsourced. We're not talking $15, $20 an hour employees here. We're talking, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 9, maybe $10 an hour employees to make these phone calls for you. And there's electronics and there's apps and things that are in place or that exist on the internet for you to record these conversations and do quality control and whatnot. But yeah, take advantage of all of that stuff. Hey, cutie. Come here. I really hope this video brings you guys some value. I love y'all. Remember, like this video. We're trying to get to 250 likes. And don't be afraid to sell, bro. What the hell is wrong with you? You good? All right. Appreciate you guys rocking with me. Subscribe to the channel. We're almost to our goal of 10,000 subscribers, which is crazy. I'm trying to get the monetization issue on the channel fixed, but like I said, I don't necessarily do all of this stuff for the money. I am trying to build a brand and build it into a business, so it does suck to lose some revenue. It doesn't make me feel good as an entrepreneur. And I want to win these entrepreneurial games, so I will overcome this one. So we're doing some things and doing some research on how we can work with YouTube to get this limitation on our RPMs lifted, and we can get back to making some revenue through AdSense on YouTube. But till then, if you guys want to support the channel, become a member. Become a member of the channel. I really love the channel members. They keep the platform up. Book a consultation. You could also book a consultation through the link in the description. All my links are in the description. So if you're looking for products or things to use in your cleaning business to help make things easier, or it's for your employees to use to make their jobs easier, then I have a list of those suggested products in my description as well. So go check that out. I do lives on Tuesday, every Tuesday at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Also, this came up during consultations. All my consultations, the booking times are in Pacific Standard Time. I don't know why Squarespace doesn't adjust that according to whatever time zone you're in. But as you're booking, or if I reply to an email that you booked to, know that that little section in the reply is going to show the Pacific Standard Time on the consultation. But thanks for working with me while I try to work through that process and get that as smooth as possible. But I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Thank y'all for rocking with me. Keep that boss mentality. Peace.
Oh, you gotta go outside. Why didn't you just say that? Jeez. No, you don't gotta do nothing?